Last night, we reported on demographic trends that could spell long-term trouble for Republicans, causing some to question the party's future existence. The problem is that adult millennials, today's 18 to 33-year-olds, largely see the grand old party as more old than grand, out of sync with causes they overwhelmingly support, like gay marriage and legalizing marijuana. Millennials, especially minorities, also view Democrats in a considerably more favorable light than they do Republicans. But that doesn't mean the GOP is necessarily on the road to extinction. Tonight, a look at factors that give the party hope. Adult millennials may not have much love for the GOP and its history right now, but some in the party think that will change. They are putting stock in the conventional wisdom that people generally grow more conservative with age. It's a factor that gives the party real hope, according to Indiana's Republican chairman.
I think what generally happens with age is that people get refocused on different issues. They're concerned about education for their children. They become more concerned about economic stability.
There is definitely some support for that notion. Pew Research says 53% of baby boomers have become more politically conservative with age, while only 35% have become more liberal. However, IPFW political science professor Mike Wolfe says most of the research he's seen tells a different story.
Your worldview gets pretty well baked into the cake early on. And those kind of ways of viewing the political world don't tend to change.
Even if this generation does become more conservative, Indiana's Democratic chairman says,
when we're talking about cultural shifts, ideological changes, there may be a new brand of what conservative means by the time millennials reach middle age, let's say. So I'm not too worried about that.
One thing Democrats should be worried about, however, is a second reason for Republican hope. While the Dems' problems may appear less severe than the GOP's at this point, they haven't won the trust of millennials either.
Since the Democrats haven't done that, they haven't necessarily taken full advantage of what should be a 2-for-1 voting advantage, something that leads to a future dominance.
Future dominance could be tough for any party to achieve among this generation. Half of millennials consider themselves political independents, and only 31% say there's a great deal of difference between Republicans and Democrats. Still, at the moment, neither party seems focused on attracting and locking up the loyalty of today's young adults.
Both parties are so scared right now of losing elections that they're only trying to turn out the voters that they know. Expanding the electorate is a threat, maybe, because you might expand it in the wrong direction.
Maybe that's why the local millennials we talked to seemed so cynical toward and disengaged from the political process. Is there one party that you lean toward?
Not really.
My dad really follows politics a lot at home, and so it just became annoying listening to him talk about it all the time, and so I would just focus on other things.
I personally feel as a young adult that politics is corrupted in a sense.
Is there any party you would lean toward right now, or no?
Not really.
So there is an opportunity here, a generation to be won. How could the Republicans do that? Well, they probably have to take advantage of a third factor in their favor, economic concerns. Millennials have higher levels of student debt and unemployment than previous generations, and Republicans feel very comfortable speaking to those issues. One seasoned political operative says millennials crave candidates who have compelling ideas to lead them out of their economic anxiety. You'll hear from him when you join us for the conclusion of our special reports tonight at 11.